he's here to project manage, isn't he?
Good boy, he's good at that. Bird poo.
It's starting to rain.
Oh, what the hell?
We are having a little bit of a nightmare. It's not been going smoothly. 2 cracks is too many. Like different colours. Hi guys, we are Nick and Sam, and this right here is Lord Onyx. We have been living and travelling in self-built camper vans since 2018, and between us we have converted 4 vans. For the past few series we have been vlogging our van life adventures, which has taken us through Spain, Portugal, Scotland, Norway and Germany. But if you know anything about van life, a build is always calling. So this time around, Terra will be resting her wheels whilst we take on the challenge of building van number 5. Hi guys, welcome back. We last left you off when we got our flooring in, didn't we? Really chuffed with it. It looks awesome.
Feels like the van looks different already,
like
just
it's already
with
a home.
The flooring, yeah. And I think for this week, what have we got planned?
Oh, it's hard to say really, because we have placed some orders for stuff, but it depends when they come.
Still making a few decisions, like on windows, what style you want, maybe you want to push out or slide.
Yeah, but I have ordered the solar, we've ordered the fan, a split charger. So once they come, we can start putting that all in, or at least deciding where they go and stuff like that. So really next up is like insulation and walls, but again I haven't picked the insulation either.
So in the meantime, I guess we'll just have to do some like odd jobs, sanding down some of the walls and stuff, just so then we can reuse some of the ply that was already in here. Yeah,
so the ply that was on the walls, some of it we're going to reuse this side, because there's going to be a giant storage unit, so it doesn't really matter on the condition of the ply, so we need to sort that out. It's literally behind the camera. It is covered in carpet. It's really bad, and it looks like it's going to be a hard job to get it out of, but yeah, so that stuff we're going to save and put back up. Wheel arches, we need to decide what we're doing with them. So yeah, lots of small jobs that are probably big jobs by the end of it anyway, and lots of decisions to be made, which we'll be doing like through this video. Like we said, we're keeping it completely real. Sometimes you're just not prepared, or you're just not sure what you want to do, so it takes time.
Things change as well, like the goalposts change, like your design ideas change, where you want things change, so we might have 2 windows on the back, you might have just one, you might have push out ones, who knows.
Yeah, so yeah, everything changes as you go, doesn't it? So anyway, let's crack on with the small jobs first.
Right, Nick's in charge of editing the YouTube video, she's in the van doing some admin and stuff, so that leaves me in charge of the build for today. First up, wheel arches. We're going to be keeping one and getting rid of the other. We're going to put one in the storage unit so it squares off the space, so it makes it easy to store things. Whereas the other one is just going to be carpeted because it's just going to sit under the sofa bed. Next up, we got the walls. So for the wall behind the storage, we're going to be reusing the plywood, but as you can see, it is very mucky. So we're going to give it a quick tidy up so we can paint it. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be behind the scenes anyway.
This is the wheel arch we are keeping the box frame for, so we've foil insulated it and prepped for popping it back in. Guys, guess who we've got helping on the van build this week? Or for the next few months actually, isn't it? Onyx Bear!
That's when he wakes up at 11, so I'm not really sure how much he's going to get done, are you, Mr. Smelly?
But he's here to project manage, isn't he?
Good boy, he's good at that, I think, yeah.
Do you want to go see what Sam's been doing then? Come on then. This is actually his first time in the back of the van, isn't it?
What?
Isn't it? You're meeting Dork. What do you think? Do you want to live in here instead? You don't know?
Do you want to live in here instead, yes?
Okay, left paw for yes, right paw for no, okay? Paw. No. That was a solid no.
I must say, I feel like it's all coming together quite nicely. It's starting to look like a home. I've put these walls up, just tacked them away, just then we've got more space in the van. We'll be taken back down so we can obviously do the insulation and stuff behind the scenes. For the final piece of plywood that we're going to be keeping, this bit sits behind the kitchen. As you can see, it's messy again, but fortunately the cuts are symmetrical, so all we need to do is just flip it around, and as you can see, much better.
As we put our floor in, the ply panel was 5mm too long, so we trimmed it down and tacked the panel up. Look what has come in the post today.
More goodies, finally.
I know. Sam has been moaning that he's had no work to do. I think this is going to give him quite a bit. Okay. So we have ordered the fans. I forgot I ordered 2 fans.
Oh wow.
I genuinely thought I just ordered the 1 turbo fan, but
I actually didn't know you ordered 2.
unless this is 2 parts in 1 box, I don't know. But we'll find out when we probably open it. But I don't even know what I meant to say now. Are we having 2 fans or 1 fan? Who knows? I haven't lost my sanity. We did just order the 1, but it comes in 2 boxes because the fan I picked, you can have turbo fan on it or not.
Oh,
so that's why it's 2. So what I've gone for is the Fiamma Vent 28. The reason I've gone for this one is because I've used it in the past and I've been happy with it, and the price is pretty good. It was £120, including the £5 postage. So Sam, you've got loads of work to do. It's the next day. It's sunny. So we think it is a fan day. We've made sure we've got all the tools we need, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be a successful install. We read the instructions, although a bit of it is a bit So yeah, fan time, starting with creating a template. For installing a fan, you will need a set square, measuring tape and pen, a drill, a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade or a tool that can cut metal, a metal filer, hammerite and brush, mastic tape, sealant and sealant gun, and your fan. I have a meter ruler, so we're just going to use this metal angle to draw out our template, and we're drawing it onto the Fiamma fan. One of the tools that you'll need for this is this like angle corner set square. Do you know what? I don't know what half the tools are called, but I know what you need. So that way we can get like perfect 90-degree angles. Yeah. And voila, we have a template. So at the bulkhead we are having a corner kitchen. So ideally I want the fan to go here rather than there because it's too far over, and I do want it to let in some light. But first we've got to get on the roof. We've got our solar panels and I just want to position it all out and see what it will look like, because I want to try and leave as much gap at the back as possible in case we want to put a decking or another fan or anything like that. I just want to keep options open.
Ready?
I've been ready for ages. So you're not Spider-Man.
It's like I haven't really got anywhere to like put my hands.
Do you want me to give you a lift up?
No, I don't need it. It's just ready. It's just there's nowhere to like grab. Perfect.
How's it looking up there?
Looks like a roof. And this is the roof. These are the ridges of the roof, which is why we need the mastic tape, just so we can actually fill this gap here, so then the roof fan can sit nice and flush.
I'm going to patch up the solar panel as well, okay? They're light, they're flexy. That's one.
What are you doing up there?
I knew this chest of drawers would come in handy. That will go like that.
Can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Marked out the centre of the fan as well as on this template, so then we can see where the cross is when we pop it up, and then we're going to draw it all out and start cutting. 7. Way!
Whoa, now the fun begins. Oh. Get that drill.
Let's check it's 28 by 28 centimetres still, just in case. It's always safe to quadruple check yourself. That's 28. It's just this one here, it's a couple mil out. So we've just amended what we've drawn up there. What I've done with the pen is like angled it and drew it, so it added on a few more mils. So I've just made sure we've done a straight line, and I'm happy. I'm happy to cut a hole in the roof.
You scared?
Not really. It's more about, it's not meant to rain today apart from at 2 o'clock, so I'm more worried about we're going to cut it open and then it's going to just start raining. So that's what I'm more worried about.
Here you go. You may do the honours. Whoa, I'm not there.
And what we're going to do is drill into each corner of this template that we've drawn up on the inside of the pen lines. Ideally, you want to pick a drill bit that's wider than your jigsaw cutter bit, so the blade can slip right in. But if you don't have that, which I don't think we do, then you can just do like 2 holes next to each other. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Are you ready? So we brought all the tools up. And we are popping a bin bag underneath where we're cutting out the metal for the fan, so it gathers all of the metal shards in there.
Ew. So the perks of being the one climbing the roof is you get covered in bird poo.
That's so gross. Oh my god. So what's the plan up here, Pooey Knees?
Pooey Knees has decided what we're going to do. The jigsaw bit is too small to get in the hole, so I'm just going to use the drill bit again, just to basically like push around on it to
make it bigger.
Yeah, make the hole bigger. But essentially make that hole bigger. I'm just going to push around, get the jigsaw in, and then as you can see, I've joined the lines up to the back side of the hole. So underneath you can see we've drilled up so it lines up.
Yeah.
Cut it all out. Shards will fall down, and then we've got some mastic to fill between the gaps.
Awesome.
Let's see how that goes.
You best do a good job.
Well, if it all goes wrong, I'm going to blame the placement
It's
of your
my
holes
van, so it's not your problem.
and that, yeah. Oops, forgot the masking tape, so we're going to lay just a little strip on the outside so we don't scratch the roof when we're using the jigsaw. About to fall off, baby.
So while Sam hammerates the raw metal of the cutout, I'm going to show you the fan. The box has completely gone over. So this is it, the Fiamma 28F. This top bit will be on top of the roof, and then the bottom bit will be underneath the roof. It's got like a insect thing. We've got the turbo fan to actually put in ourselves as well. So we'll be doing that. Oh, my hair's stuck to it. So yeah, this is what we've gone for.
And now for the moment of truth to see if we've cut it too big or small. Hinges to the front.
Perfectly.
That is also a possibility. Oh, cool.
I like that you only went for faults.
That looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? Shall we look at it underneath?
Yep, go for it.
And this is it underneath. Sam,
Yeah.
it's starting to rain.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we better move fast then, haven't we?
I'm hoping. I don't know, if you look up, we're like on the edge of the cloud of the rain clouds. I'm hoping it just passes over. This is the worst time it could rain, isn't it?
I don't think we can continue this. The rain's starting to come down pretty hard, so let's get some tools away. What the hell? I think that is pretty much the end of the day.
Yeah, it's an hour till 4:30, and that's when it's been getting dark, hasn't it?
Such a bad time to start raining.
So we have a hole in the roof overnight, maybe. I'm hoping the lid on the roof tactic holds up and that this is just a quick shower because it wasn't supposed to rain today. So we've got up early this morning. The grass is all iced over to check out the van, haven't we?
Very chilly. It rained an awful lot last night, so we're going to have to see if there's a nice big puddle waiting for us inside as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think? Puddle or no puddle? Let us know in the comments below. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I think we might be okay, you know.
Doesn't look wet up there.
No, we're good.
So the foam sheet and a lid
The
works.
foam sheet's not even wet. Extra.
Be careful because there'll be water all in the lid. You've just let it pour through. What a plonker head.
What a plunky here, man.
So who's climbing on the slippery roof?
I'll rock, paper, scissors for it.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. You. So time to get the mastic in, the sealant down or on, fan in, and yeah, we'd like to get the fan completed by lunchtime today. And then, I don't know what's next, we'll have a think later on.
We've run into a little bit of a problem already. I didn't think we'd be needing this much mastic, and we've got about that much left.
So, top tip when starting any project, and that includes even the small projects within the van build, is to make sure you've got all of the supplies you need before you start that job. Obviously we did think we had enough mastic tape, but it turns out we don't, so it's just things like that, because now we're going to have to shoot out, find some mastic tape, you know, can't order it online for cheaper, and leave the hole open for another few hours. So yeah, try and make sure you've got everything you need before you start the job. Take 2 or 3 of putting the fan in. We have mastic tape. We thought we were going to end up on a wild goose chase as the like standard DIY stores didn't have it, but fortunately we found a specialist shop just 5 minutes down the road from Sam's parents' house, so we were able to grab it. Only problem is it's white instead of grey, and there's rain in the air once again, so we're going to have some lunch and then hopefully we can crack on with the fan. The mastic tape, we did 3 layers on the concave bit and a single layer all the way around after. We then moved on to making a wooden frame for the fan to give this area some structure.
So it's a moment of truth again to see if our new wooden frame fits the fan surround. Not that I have any doubts about our workmanship as woodsmen.
Woodsman? Is that what we're called now? Are we gonna give it a thumbs up?
If I thumbs up, it's gonna fall down. So.
But yeah!
We haven't finished our frame yet. We still need to just line it with some glue, but we're gonna take it for a test run, see if it's thick enough to clamp the fan to the roof. The only reservation we have is just because this is just a piece of wood that we had lying around, so hopefully it works.
So it's like 5mm too long. So basically it should have been 5mm thicker, but I don't know if that's the extension screw or the small. Okay, so we've got smaller screws. Okay, smaller screw.
Sweet.
That's better.
Beautiful.
Woo! Okay,
Yay.
so in the pack for this fan you get extension screws and I guess normal screws. The extension screw, I guess, is if you were to build out a framework that was thicker than this, otherwise you can just use the normal one. So yeah.
Job's good, man.
Yeah, happy. By the way, it's past lunchtime as well. Way past lunchtime.
It's now time to seal the fan.
That's not even sealant.
It's now time to seal the fan.
So, guys, we are having a little bit of a nightmare with this fan again. You know the long screw we put in? Well, it wouldn't come back out, so we were using pliers to try to pull it out. Well, what did it do? It snapped. So it's really stuck in the fan. So last resort is to get a drill and to try and like break up the screw that's left behind in there to pull it out. Honestly, whatever you guys plan to do on your van, just times it by 3 in the time you think it's gonna take, because we thought it'd be half a day and it's now been nearly 1.5 days. So, and that's what I'm predicting our finish time is on this fan. If that screw wasn't stuck, we'd have had the sealant in and it'd be clamping together right now.
It's just not happening getting this screw out, to be honest. I think we should just move on and leave it.
So use the 7 holes instead of the 8.
Yeah, definitely.
What
Sack
a
it up.
bloody shame, man.
What a ball ache. Literally all we did was screw it in and it would never come back out. And then, you know. I hate this build already. I joke. Let's get up there and seal it, man. Instructions say that we need to just slice off this extra little bit of plastic so the motor can sit through the top.
It's strange really, like I know we've bought like an add-on of the turbo kit, but you'd think that the actual original fan would allow for the turbo kit to fit without us having to chop like plastic away and things. So not sure how I'm feeling about this fan, and it's probably because we've just been having a nightmare, so now I just want to kick it and chuck it off the roof.
We did wonder why it wasn't closing, to be fair.
What's next?
Seal it. Let's get it in.
Yeah, let's get that in. For the sealant, we are using CT1, which makes me nervous again because I've never used this for putting a fan on. I've always used Sikaflex 512. We're gonna use this to put the fan on and hopefully it will seal. I'm just so nervous. I've looked at it and it's like very clear, very thin, and when I rub it into my fingers it feels like a moisturiser. I just have a feeling we're going to be doing this fan twice. I really do. It's just not been going smoothly. So anyway, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, so my gut the other day just wasn't sitting right. It didn't feel right to install a fan. And it was a good thing because as we were about to install the fan, we noticed a few things. One is a crack on this little bit here. That is the part that holds the turbo fan in a secure position. So without it, it was wobbly. So I was like, oh, we'll try and just glue the fan back in so we don't need to waste time refunding it and get a new one. But then we came across this. So this is the fan and it's all cracked here as well. So I was just like, 2 cracks is too many. One, I might have just put up with it just because of timing, but I wasn't happy with that. Decided not to film that day because I was getting really agitated, not knowing whether to put the fan in with the CT1, and then coming across this I was like, oh no, let's just stop working. So we literally packed up everything, put the van to one side, and now it's 3 days later. So yeah, we have had a hole in the roof all weekend. It's been really wet and rainy, but fortunately just putting the foam up and the lid and a couple of rocks hasn't let a single drop of water in. So the plan now, we basically spoke to Jackson Leisure, who have been amazing. That's where I got the fan from. They've got a really easy refund policy, so they are tomorrow picking up the fan and sending a new one. Unfortunately, when I rang them on Friday, it was already 4 o'clock and their faults team and the deliveries have come to an end for the week, so I literally missed it by 30 minutes. But tomorrow should be a good day. We should be able to finally get the fan in, shouldn't we, Sam? Sam's been working on the electrics on our van, haven't you?
Ah, it's non-stop, man.
It went last night, so we're cold. We're really cold. The heater wouldn't come on, so we made some popcorn to warm up the van. But
it did the job
you've
as well.
Sorted it now, haven't you?
Treat and heat. The electrics are go. All we need now is the new fan.
Yeah, new fan. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. We're not going to do anything today. I've ordered the supplies for the fan and we're going to just crack on tomorrow. Clean slate, aren't we? So catch you then.
Right guys, I think it's finally time for us to get this fan in the roof.
Yeah.
It was a day later than we'd expected, wasn't it?
Yeah, because the delivery was coming on a Tuesday. We were hoping for it to be Tuesday morning, but no, you know, knowing us, our luck, it came Tuesday evening, so it was already dark. So it's now Wednesday morning, 6 days since we've had a hole in the roof, and we're ready to fit it, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got all the tools. I think we've got the fans, we've got our glue, we've got our clamps.
I'm feeling much more confident this time. I don't have any, what's the word, like
anxieties.
Yeah, anxieties, and there's a word. I don't have any anticipations. No.
We'll go with anxieties. I think we'll stick with that one.
Yeah. So we've got new fan. We've got the Sikaflex 522 glue. We've got the frame built ready to clamp in, so we're going to do that. Whilst it dries, we're going to grab some toast and then we're going to come back out and fit the fan, and then I'm nipping off, aren't I, to meet a friend over in the Shropshire Hills. So yeah, busy day.
Time restraints, so let's get this whole filled.
Let's go.
Sikaflex is in hand. Let's get the glue on the roof. I'm only going to be applying it to these ridges that stick out because the frame will not touch these grooves. It's not the prettiest, but neither am I, and I got neck, so.
That is so sweet. Oh.
Let's get this up. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Toast. Toast is on my mind.
I'm not sure it's thick enough. Maybe some here.
I mean, it's just to tack it up. It's going to be held in position with the screws anyway, isn't it? Like when it's clamped together.
Do you want to push this up? I'll get the clamps and clamp them in place.
Yeah, let's do that. It's actually perfectly in position. Good eye. Good eye. Baby clamp. So it's a bit of a botched job because we have 2.5 clamps and we need 4, but this'll do. This is a good little trick, isn't it?
That's what you do when you haven't got clamps, eh?
So we've got the fan and the turbo fan part out. They're like different colours in white. I mean, this is more of like a browny, oaty type shade. Fortunately, the colourway we're going for has white and beige in it, but that's still strange. Like these are, you know, they come together.
The last
They're
one was
combined
white
parts.
and white, wasn't it?
Yeah, both white. So you can see a little bit of the beige through when the case is on, but Hey ho, that's what it is.
Get it on.
Yeah. Careful where you touch. Oh. I just stuck my finger straight in it.
Be careful where you touch. Always make sure your hinges face forward.
Because of the wind.
And if you drive off.
Yeah.
Peace.
And you definitely pulled all those. Okay, King Louis.
Ow!
Let's get these drilled in quickly.
Oh, wow, that is nice on the shoulder. Give it a good squid. Okay.
Yeah. Ah, that hurts my back. We are having a nightmare with this fan, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We got to the 4th screw to clamp it down into the roof, and then some bits of plastic like snapped. It's hard to explain, but the plastic is to hold these metal things down where the screws go through. And yeah, as we were just doing the 4th one, it all just snaps in 2 different places. So we're currently super gluing it all down because we can't wait for another fan to come. Yeah, so do I recommend this fan? I've used it before, twice before, never had this problem. Could the quality have changed since? Absolutely. Is it affordable? Yes, it's £120. There's a lot of other fans out there that are far more expensive when it comes with the turbo. So if you are going to buy it, just be really delicate with it. Take 2 of, or 10 of putting the fan in. We've nearly got the fan completely in. What we've done is we super glued the metal to the plastic work, the bit that broke, but it's still drying, so we haven't been able to put a screw in there. But fortunately, there's 7 other holes where we've been able to clamp the fan into situation. So do bear in mind, the white frame that we've put on the inside to help clamp it isn't gonna stay there because we haven't done our ceiling yet. So once we get the cladding in, it will then look more like fan, then the wooden 28cm framework, followed by the roofing, so insulation then roofing, and then it will have the white fan face at the bottom. I think it will be easier to see it when we actually do it, but that's just to hold it in situation. It isn't stained like that. So let's get the silicone bead in and then it's done. Finally, we cut away the excess mastic tape at the corners and ran a bead of sealant around the exterior. I'm going to open the fan from beneath just to make sure Sam doesn't seal it shut. Got no glue on it?
I don't think so.
What do you think? Smooth it or leave it a bit tacky?
Probably smooth around the edges a little bit. No?
I don't know. I think we should leave parts of it tacky. Because I've heard when you smoothen it, you can create air holes in the silicone, which obviously then lets water through, but there are some bits that are a little bit too messy. That is the end of this video. This video was supposed to have fan and insulation in, but turns out it's just fan.
The fan took way longer than expected and there was way too many problems, but we hope that it's in. We still need to test it. We'll get a hose pipe, spray some water over the top, make sure that nowhere's
when
leaking.
all the glue is dried, and get the 8th screw in. But the one thing that we have learned with building vans is it doesn't matter how many times you've done a van build, every project, or sorry, every task can be different because it's a different van, a different shape, everything is just different. So I guess that's why we enjoy it, because every van is a challenge. It's not always the same, so we are loving it for that respect. And then next week on the agenda we've got
insulation.
Yes, we do.
It's just turned up actually.
It has just turned up. So I have finally made a decision on the insulation, and we're saying I and we's just to explain a few things. This is my van. I have purchased this van, so I do make the final decisions, but we're just building it together.
Uses all Sam's time.
Yeah, using all of Sam's manpower. No, it's our project, but I funded it. So yeah,
and that's fine.
That's where we're at, guys. So we'll catch you next week with insulation, and we will share with you what we have chosen to do and why.
Absolutely. So guys, as always, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on those notifications.
Yeah, and we'll catch you next week. Ciao!